first off, I'm so grateful to have you with me here today. And I'm so excited to share this topic because I think it's pretty cool. I know I was like, wow, when I heard about it. So, most of us have heard of affirmations before, right? Those typical I am affirmations. I am powerful, I'm beautiful, I'm a millionaire, whatever it is. Most of us have heard about it, right? So I actually learned from my mentor. He explained to me why often those affirmations actually don't work. And it was super interesting. So, what basically an affirmation, what it means is it's stating a fact that, is in the present that may not be true yet and it requires faith. That's basically what an affirmation is, right? And it often don't work because in a day-to-day basis, all of us have this self-talk. A lot of times we don't recognize it, right? It happens, unconsciously or subconsciously without us even recognizing. A lot of the self-talk is negative, right? So saying, let's say, I am a millionaire, your brain is going to be like, no, you're not. And at the same time, if you just sit there and be like, I am a millionaire, your brain also is going to be like, you don't even believe it. So how do you want me to believe it? How am I supposed to believe that? Right? And that was like, okay, that's true. It kind of makes sense, right? And what he told us is that often an affirmation doesn't sink in until it becomes an incantation. I was like, what is that? What does that mean? So what he means is, and I remember that also from Tony Robbins, he talks a lot about, moving physiology, move your body. And basically what he says, like saying those affirmations, if you put, certain energy behind it, like jumping around, like just moving and really like put that power behind it. It's like, I am a millionaire, what, like something like this, right? Just think of a lot of times when you see athletes, let's take football players. A lot of times when they like run on the football field, they jumping around, they yelling and all that, right? So that's basically what he means, like put like that energy behind it, to really give it a meaning. Okay, so that's that one part. So what my mentor always tells us or teaches us is, instead of affirmation, he says use affirmation. I remember the first time he said that, I was like, I've never heard that, and it really didn't make no sense to me, right? He started to explain it, and it just didn't click. It didn't really make sense until recently. So basically, an affirmation is a question you ask yourself to then look for the answer. Okay, so let's take an example. I'm going to take one that I'm personally using right now. I find it very powerful. It says, why am I so good at becoming the person I need to be to get the, what does it say? Why am I so good at being the person I need to be to achieve the success, freedom, and quality of life I desire? It's a bit long, right? Or why am I so good at becoming the person I'm meant to be? Or let's make it more, like a daily thing. Like, let's say you struggle with your family, right? Maybe like the communication with your family ain't the best. You ask yourself, why am I so good at having conversations with my family, right? So what actually happens is when you ask that question, your brain goes, I don't know. Why are you? Why are you good at it? And then it goes looking for the answer, right? And if it doesn't find that answer, it's going to activate your ARS, your reticular activating system. Okay? If you've never heard about it, let me give you this example. You think of a specific car you like, and then you keep seeing that car. You keep seeing the car, on the street, whatever. That is basically your reticular activating system. It activates, certain things to bring to your attention, things that you focus on to bring to your attention. I hope that makes sense. So that is basically the power behind an affirmation, right? Like you activate your brain to sounds funny. You activate your brain to actively go look for the answer, or bring, things into your life to give you the answer for that question, right? And I remember, like, as I said in the beginning, it sounded weird to me, because he was the first ever telling me that. Everybody always talks about, the I am affirmations. And then here he comes with, a completely different way of doing it. But just because it's a different way doesn't mean it doesn't work, right? Sometimes we have to try out different things. And to be honest, I tested it out. I'll tell you a story. I tested it out, right? So last week, was it last week? Yeah, last week, or a few weeks ago, I'm not sure. A few weeks ago, I went diving. And I was a bit nervous because prior to that, the last time I went diving, it didn't go really well. And in the morning, I remember, I have Affirmations, and I kept repeating to myself, why am I so good at having unlimited belief in my diving abilities? I think it was that. I kept repeating it in the morning. And because of saying that, I didn't right away find the answer, but because I've been focusing on it, and I basically was focusing on something positive, why am I so good at having unlimited belief in my diving abilities? As something good, something positive. And I keep focusing on that. And that day went great. Right? My diving day went great. I'm going to talk about that, in another episode, because I have another message with that. But what I wanted to say with that is I focused on something positive. I kept asking myself, and, kind of the answer for me is why am I so good at it? Because I just keep going, because it's something I really want, and I have faith that I'm going to be really successful at it. Right? Ended up being a great day. And some people, may say that, well, maybe it was just a better day than the time before, right? Yes, you can look at it that way. I decided to believe in that affirmation, that it helped me, right? So I encourage you to try it out. And if you cannot come up with a good question right away, don't worry about it. As I said, the first time I heard about this, I couldn't think of questions. But at some point, when it really clicked and I was sitting with it, I came up with question after question after question. And I think it's pretty cool. It's a practice kind of thing, right? It's a practice. You get better with it. Another question: why am I so good at coming up with affirmations that help me to become better in life? There you go. You see, now it's getting easier to come up with those things. So with every situation you maybe struggle with, come up with something like that, with a question, and if you have further questions to the topic, reach out to me, send me a DM, send me a message, put a comment, whatever. And also, if you try it out, let me know how it goes. Let me know, your experience with it. I would love to hear it, all right? So with that being said, thank you for listening, and I see you next time.